class.
Good afternoon, madam.
How are you?
We are fine.
I hope your weekend was good.
Yes.
Okay, even mine was good. So today I want to take the roll call first before anything else. So Neema,
Present.
Jackson,
Present.
Anne Wekadi,
Present.
Betty,
Present.
Mercy,
Present.
Belinda,
Present.
Didi.
Present.
Okay, I see most of you are in class. So thank you for coming. So today we shall be learning about sins. And last time we learned about the types of sins. So who can tell me about the types of sins that we learned? Yes, Mercy?
Plain sin.
Yes, correct. Give her a clap. Another person? Yes?
French sin.
Yes. Appreciate her. Another one? Yes? Overrated sin. Give her an appreciation. Another one? Anyone else who can remember what we learned last time? I want someone who has not spoken. Anyone else who can remember what we learned? Yes?
Factors to consider when making a sin.
Yes, very correct. Appreciate all of them. Yeah, so what's the date today?
Day 10.
So today we are discussing about sins, So our learning outcomes for today outline. The first learning outcome is you outline the steps involved. Outline the steps involved in making a French sim. And our second learning outcome is you demonstrate on how to make a French sim. So you demonstrate on how to make a French sim. These are our learning outcomes for today's session. All right?
Yes.
So, I want you to think, to pair, and to share about the steps that are involved in making a sim. So, I give you like 3-4 minutes. You think, you pair, and you share. Then now you share your steps. Okay? I want you now to share what you have as we check on the chart that we have, so that you can see are your ideas? And there is no looking here until you give me the ideas that you have. The first step is, yes?
The first step, you place the two pieces of fabric, the wrong side facing each other. Then you pin them together. Then you measure 1 centimeter allowance. After that, you stitch the allowance, that 1 centimeter. You stitch as you remove the pins. Then you remove the tabs.
Yes.
Then you trim 0.4. Then you turn into the wrong side.
Yes.
Then you stitch from the wrong side the allowance.
Yes.
That one 0.6. It's about 0.6. Ensuring that the raw edges is not seen from the
Right
side.
Yes.
Then you press
Yes.
and cut the hanging threads, and now your fencing will be ready.
That is very correct. So I want us to confirm on the chart that we have here whether what she has said is correct. Okay?
Yes.
So you can see the first step is you prepare and you pin the fabric wrong sides together, ensuring that you align the raw edges carefully. Then you sew a straight line which should be 1/4 inch from the edge. Then you trim the seam allowance to 1/8 inch to remove excess fabric. You press the seam allowance flat towards one side. You fold the fabric around the first step, around the first seam line, and you press. You then final stitch around the 1/2 inch from the seam line, ensuring that it is on the first stitch. And then now you final press the finished seam towards one side or the back of the garments. So those are the steps that you're supposed to apply when you are making a French seam. So I want to demonstrate on how to make a French seam as we look at the steps on the board. So I have marked. This is the wrong side, this is the wrong side, okay? So we have said that the wrong sides should be facing each other, okay? So my wrong sides are facing each other. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes. So from the raw edge, I measure 1/4 inch, okay?
Yes.
So I have measured 1/4 inch somewhere there. So I want to make my stitch, So how do I make my stitch? I tie a knot first, okay? Can you see?
Yes.
So I make my stitch. I make my stitch like this, a straight stitch, okay?
Yes.
So I have made my stitch on the right side. Then after I have made my stitch, of course you reinforce, okay?
Yes.
So I have reinforced. Then after I have reinforced, the next step is you trim the seam allowance, So I trim the seam allowance, and after I trim the seam allowance, I am supposed to open this seam, like this. I open it like this, or maybe I can press it on one side, okay? So I use my iron box to press, okay?
Yes.
So I press. After that, I turn, I fold or I turn to the wrong side, and from that first seam line, from the first seam line, I now make another stitch. Maybe it can be 1/2 inch, so that it can be able to hide this first stitch. So now I make my stitch. I'm assuming this is my 1/2 inch. So after I tie my knot, I stitch. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes, ma'am.
So I am now through, I reinforce, And I cut. So this is the wrong side, So after that, I am supposed to press, I press, the final press. So when I turn to the right side, this is my wrong side, okay? When I turn to my right side, can you see the stitch that I had made on the right side the first time? No. Yeah, that is how you're supposed to do, okay? So I want to give you these pieces of fabric so that you can make a stitch in this group. This is the first group and this is the second group. So please try to do that. Any question? I hope you have understood what I have said. So try to make the stitch very fast. Make a stitch very fast. Okay, this way.
Help us with the scissors.
I can see you are doing the right thing. This is good. If you continue that, you will be very good designers, Yes. Okay, so I want you to wind up. I want you to wind up, Okay, I can see you are finished. This is good. This is excellent, okay? This is good. That is very good. So we shall next time we shall go to the machines and do it once more, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that is good. Good. So can you tell me what you have learned about today? Remind me on what you have learned about. Yes, someone? Yes?
Procedure of making a French seam.
Yes, appreciation. Another person. What have you learned today? Yes, Betty.
Type of seams.
Yes, types of seams. Another person. Okay. You can't remember what you have learned today. Yes? What you have done, what you have just done now, yes? Yes, Nema?
I've seen various steps on how to make a French seam.
Yes. Okay, so your assignment is you outline the procedure, of making a sorry for that, a double stitched seam. So please try to check on this. You shall give me the steps on how you can do a double stitched seam next time.